Alright, welcome back to Asgard. This is episode 6 of our Revolution 2 Let's Play series. And real quickly I'm going to show you what I love about high altitude is the beautiful view, minus the rain. It's been raining on here for a couple days now, so I wasn't able to get it to stop raining. And I was going to catch it when the sun was rising. However, the rain obscured the sun, so it wasn't quite as beautiful. But like I said, that's going to be our agriculture center over there, and of course we got the Great Wall that runs up and connects into this base. Today we're actually going to do something that will hopefully get us into our base pretty quick. The main reason I haven't moved everything over is because of the water wheel. I want to use that more aesthetically than for a power source, and I don't just want to dig out a room to set it up temporarily. I haven't finished doing all of this. I did set up, like, you know, a little elevator here to come up there into the entrance, but I still got a lot of work to do. Last night I spent most of the night mining. I finally found some gold, so but yeah, this is actually Melissa's doors, and I have player sensors up there on the inside. The outside does not have player sensors. That way, if you're not allowed on this claim, you can't just enter with the player sensors. And this is actually the catwalk mod, which is a really nice mod. You can set up these catwalks. You can use like a blowtorch to remove the railings. So if you want it to open up, like for example, I used it here. You can do that. You also have the scaffolding supports, which is kind of nice. I did notice these don't seem to be affected by gravity with the physics, so we could have actually not had the support, but I think it looks a lot better. There's also caged-in ladders. It's a really nice mod. Same with Melissa's doors. Very, very nice mod. Definitely worth checking out if you don't if you don't usually use the mod. But today we actually have a lot to get done. I'm actually going to do something that is going to help us get moved into here. So I've got a lot of stuff prepped. I spent a couple hours this morning prepping stuff for this episode. So let's get into it. The first thing we're going to do is actually build our metal press. So I made this engineer's manual just because it makes it a lot easier. All it is a lever with a book, and you can open it up here. Heavy machinery, for example, we're going to be making the metal press. If you notice, it takes 3 steel scaffolding, 1 piston, 2 conveyor belts, and 1 heavy engineering block. So let's set that up. I'm just going to set it up in here temporarily. I'm actually going to have a room 1 floor down from this, which I haven't dug that all out yet, but that's going to be our heavy machinery room. But for now, we're just going to set it up in here, just like this. I did make a basic capacitor bank from Ender.io. Those are pretty easy to make. Just iron ingots, 4 basic capacitors, and color block of redstone. If you notice, that's copper, 2 redstone, 4 gold for a basic capacitor. That's why we built the assembly table last episode. So we're going to need the, let me see here, heavy engineering block goes in this, oh, it goes above the piston. Okay. No, that's not really how I wanted it to face, but I actually don't think it matters once we get this set up. So actually I forgot to bring the engineer's hammer, so let's run back and get it. We'll grab that. I think it's in this chest. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, if you notice, I haven't changed a whole lot in here. I'm just ready to get everything moved over. I did set up these tanks for creosote because this was getting full. It's getting full again. But we'll worry about that once we get moved over. because hopefully after this episode I'll be getting everything moved. Like I said, the water wheels, I'll set them back up later on for aesthetics. Yes. Okay, that's not working. Perhaps these do have to face a certain way. Actually, we're going to set it up like this for now. Huh. Why is it not working? Yeah, we've got the... I have no idea. I have no clue as to why. Why that's not working. Click the piston with an engineer's hammer. Okay. Oh. There we go, and apparently it is bugged out. Oh, there it goes. Okay, it just took it a second to load. So we've got that. Now, what we're going to do is we're actually going to set up one more of these on each side, and we're going to set a chest here at the end with a hopper on it. And now what we can do, I brought this basic capacitor bank. I filled it up with the water wheel. I'm actually going to need 2 of these. Okay. What we can do here is let's put a wire connector on the top, and then we'll just set this, for now we'll just set it down right here. We'll put a wire connector on the top of this, and then if we connect them up, this should have power. Yeah. Okay. And it took a little bit to fill up the buffer. So for what I want to make today, we are going to need 27 iron plates and 12 steel plates. So what we can do is we can just throw the metal up there and it'll pull it through. And the animation's not working right now, which is kind of odd. Normally that piston comes down and smashes it. I'm not sure why the animation's not working. But if you set this up in your world, hopefully it'll work for you. Okay. Yeah, that's all of our steel. Then we'll go ahead and throw our iron on here. We can actually set up a dropper with a clock and all that. We'll do that once we set it up downstairs, and I'll show it to you. But you can actually set it up so you can just throw the metal in there, like steel and iron, and it'll drop it. But it's possible, I didn't try it, but we could have thrown them both on there, I think, and it would have worked as well. So, but if you notice, it's really not draining like hardly any power. So that basic capacitor will work for us. The next thing I want to get made is, if you notice, I made 4 of these redstone engines. That's what we're actually going to be using that here really soon. But we're going to craft a pump. So, and I believe we need 4 iron for that. I went ahead and prepped all that stuff. Now the redstone engines, they're really simple to make. Just 2 wood gears, piston, glass, and 3 planks. So not bad at all. Like I said, we're going to make a pump. Oh, I forgot the glass. Whoops. So those tanks that I made earlier were just these Buildcraft tanks, and you just do glass around there like that. Really easy to make, and they hold 16 buckets worth of liquid each. So actually kind of nice for early game liquid storage. It's not something we're going to use long term. Actually here today right now we're going to make something else. But we got our pump made, and then we're going to make, I went ahead and got these ready. Oh, that's not actually making the, it's not actually making the plates. And I don't really know why that is. That's very strange, actually. Yeah, it's like it just gets stuck right there, and I'll put it at the top. How strange. Let me actually relog real quick, and I will be right back. I'm gonna try to figure out why. Okay, I'm back. I had a dark moment, kind of like with the hitting the piston with a hammer before. You got to make a mold. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna take steel plates around the edge there and stick any kind of plate here in the middle, and that is gonna get you this metal press mold for making plates. And then you're just going to put that on there like so. And now when we send our ingots through, we should get them, they'll get stamped. There we go. Just like that. So also, if you don't know how to make the plates without having the metal press yet, all you got to do is take the engineer's hammer, stick, say you want an iron plate, stick 2 iron here, the engineer's hammer, and that will get you a iron plate. So it's a little bit more resource intensive, I guess, but it is going to be the way that you are going to get double, or the way you're going to get plates at the beginning. So you really only need 4 steel plates and then 1 of any kind of plate. I used iron, for example, to craft your press. So okay, while that's running, let's go ahead and actually we've got enough here. Let's go ahead and grab these. So what we're gonna make so that we can use this pump and this redstone. Alright, I'm not sure what happened. The server crashed for a minute, so but alright, what we're gonna craft here is we're actually gonna make ourselves a couple cauldrons, which on here you craft those with iron plates instead of just iron, so you do have to get up to where you're getting plates before you can make the cauldron. We're gonna put these weighted pressure plates on top and bottom, and then one of my personal favorite items, the drum. So now that we've got that, we can actually go set up this pump and everything. And what we're going to do is I did move these where we zone in to the nether just to make it a little bit more convenient. What we're going to do is we're going to set up a pump to get us lava. However, there is no ender tanks in this pack, so that does make things a little bit more difficult, and we're a little bit far from getting to what's it called? The somewhere in here, dimensional transceiver. So we're still a little bit far from that. for now, we're just going to use drums. We're going to set this pump up right here. And then we're going to put our redstone engines around it. Now what these are, these produce a very, very low amount of RF. However, they produce enough to run the pump, and all they need is a redstone signal to run. So now that that's running, that's going to slowly drop like a pump tube down, and it's going to start pumping lava out. And what we're going to do is we're just going to set this drum up there, and if you notice, it's getting it's slowly generating lava now. So that'll be producing lava for us. And I did forget to bring the stuff to set up a chunk loader, but I will do that off camera, so this will run constant as long as I'm online. So, but now that we've got that set up, we'll start generating lava. So what are we going to do with the lava? Well, there is no thermal expansion in this pack, so we're not going to be able to set up like a magmatic dynamo or anything. However, you can actually use lava as a power source with the Stirling engine from Ender.io. The only thing is you're going to have there's a Stirling generator, sorry. You're going to have it in the form of lava buckets. So we're actually going to automate that today, so we can keep this running constant, and it'll just keep crafting lava buckets for us and reusing the buckets. So what we're going to need to craft this is 3 stone bricks, a blast furnace like what we made for Rotorcraft the other day, sticky piston, and 2 iron plates, 2 iron gears. So honestly, I never really used the Stirling generator that much prior to this pack, but I was wanting to figure out some way to use lava as a power source, and this is how we are going to do it. Okay, so we've got that set up. For now, we're just going to set it up in here. Like I said, this is kind of going to be our, just kind of like our catch-all room for right now. Sounds like snow's falling. Yeah, if you notice, it's avalanching down. I have that quite a bit here. And I also get a lot of snow build up there, but there's actually something you can make called rope lights. And they go on those catwalks, and I'm hoping those will actually keep the snow melted on the catwalk, is what I'm hoping for. So now that we've got that, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to make a fluid tank from Ender.io. And there we go. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. To make this, it's just glass, 4 iron bars, and 4 iron. Not very difficult at all. So we'll get that set up. And then we'll also need to make ourselves another bucket here. And whoops. Okay, I think I have it backwards. I always do that with stuff. Alright, that's going to make our fluid tank. And I seem to be getting a little bit of lag. Sometimes I do catch some lag when the avalanches start. I've noticed, but once this is done, we'll have it keeping the snow melted. So, alright. So now what we're going to have to do, we've got our bucket. Let's go back. Actually, let me run home real quick. And I'm just going to grab the stuff to set up a chunk loader on this server. And I'll show you how that works. It's quite a bit different. Yeah, that room's going dark. I need to just go ahead and set up lanterns in there. But yeah, if you notice, I've mined a lot of gold. And there's more up there. And and whatnot. So, where did I? Losing my mind here. Just been one of those days. Kind of a derping day, I guess. Alright, so what you're going to need is you're going to need a block of iron and a blaze rod. And then we'll go over to our nether. And the reason I made 2 drums, but probably by next episode I'm going to make a 3rd one just to store the creosote oil. But for right now I made 2 just so we can interchange them. You know, have one at our base and one here in the nether. So, alright, I'm back. The server crashed. Somebody's having an issue with one of the chromatograph crystals. For some reason the blue one was crashing him. So, is what I could gather from it. But anyway, we'll click this with the blaze rod. Let's do a 3x3 for now. And that will keep that chunk loaded. So, on these servers, if you play for a while, like I'm trusted rank because I've been on here for a while, that means just by default I have 45 chunks that I can load without purchasing additional ones with server points, like from voting and stuff. So, alright, let's grab our drum and we'll set a new one up there and just go ahead and let it start filling up. And we will run back to our base. So, but yeah, he was trying to chunk load. I believe it was a blue pylon, and it was crashing him. So, all right. So what we're going to want to do here is we'll set this up to pull liquid in from the drum above it. So it'll slowly start pulling in liquid, and then it's going to push these buckets out. And yeah, we'll do push-pull. So that way it's going to push these buckets out, and then it should pull in empty buckets. And then for this one, we're going to do push-pull on the back here. So hopefully, if we stick a bucket in here, it's going to fill it. That's going to start making energy and inputting it into the into the capacitor bank here. Which right now it's not a big gain, 20 RF a tick. It's not crazy, but our plan for this is we're actually going to set up quite a few of these and do a piping system and all that, and it's just free power that we can kind of set it and forget it. We do have to manage the lava right now, but now that I have that chunk loader, by the time this runs out we should have a full barrel, and a full barrel is going to last a really long time. So yeah, I'm not sure the time that it's going to take to burn through this, but we can also put capacitors in here. We'll probably try to get a double layer capacitor before long and get that set up. Between this episode and next, I will probably build a sag mill and an alloy smelter. I did end up getting Electrum. I'm sure you know, because I got this built. When I found that gold, I just turned it into dust and turned some silver in. I haven't got the alloy smelter built yet, but we do have everything ready for it. Because sag mill is just iron, flint, some obsidian, pistons, machine chassis, basic capacitor being the hardest part, and then of course the steel ingots, and then the alloy smelter, if I can find it, there it is. Is just furnaces, blocks of iron, cauldron, and once again machine chassis. So next episode we should have those, and I'm sure most people know how to use them, but I will briefly go over how to use those next episode. So, and hopefully we'll start getting into we'll get everything moved into the base between now and then and start getting everything set up. Hopefully get the floor below this one done so I can set the big machines up in there. We will probably build another one of these for making gears, because making gears is kind of a pain without it, so we'll probably do that. And we might build one for rods, because you can make like steel rods and stuff, but I know in the past you can actually make them pretty much the same amount of resources. Yeah, that makes 2. Okay, now one of these makes 2. So we might set one of those up for rods as well, and just have 3 of these set up to use. So once I get the machine room done, we'll do that. Hopefully next episode we will start getting into rotary craft. I'm excited to get into that. Also, we need to get into chromatic craft at some point. And I want to start Thaumcraft as well, which I will do a short tutorial on Thaumcraft. I won't spend a lot of time on the basic, like, introductory stuff, because most everyone, I think, knows how to scan stuff and do research, but I will show just like one of each kind of a thing, just to give people an idea that haven't used it before. But anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, please comment, like, subscribe, share, give me some feedback. It's very much appreciated. Let me know what you think, what you'd like to see. If you do notice, we're getting a lot of snow down there, but once summer hits, it'll all melt away. So, but yeah, let me know what you think. And as always, I do love you guys. I appreciate everything. All of you that are watching, I just want to say thank you. And until next episode, take care, and I will see you then. Bye-bye.